Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I'm going to talk about a medication that has changed my life, and it's called Citalopram, but that's the generic name for Celexa. So this medication is going to be about a medication called Celexa. And I take 40 milligrams of this every single morning, 7 days a week, and all year long. And I have forgotten the medication on 2 different occasions and had no side effects from it. So just took it the next morning and was okay and didn't go through any withdrawals or anything like that. But I'm going to talk a little bit about this medication, and I'll talk about what led me to take it and maybe some of the side effects that I felt, which may be different than what other people felt when they went through it, or what you might go through when you start taking it. So I take 40 milligrams. That's the highest dose of it that you can take. They don't give it to you any stronger than that. And I took it because I am 54 years old and I have suffered from very, very bad anxiety my whole life. After I was prescribed for this and had been on it for about a year and a half, I was also diagnosed with being on the autism spectrum. And that has a lot to do with my anxiety, my mind, the way it works. But anyway, I was at a low point. The anxiety was so bad that I couldn't sleep at night. My mind was racing. I went a few nights without sleep. My wife took me down to urgent care, and the doctor that I saw that day happened to have his own practice before he came to work for the doctor that I go through, Essentia Health. He works for Essentia now, but he used to have his own practice. And he specialized in anxiety. And he himself even took this and still continues to take this medication. So I was always really afraid of taking medication. I'd been prescribed it in the past and not taken it. But when he talked to me, he made me feel much more comfortable about taking it. And I decided I'm going to do this. I'm at the lowest point in my life here with this anxiety and dealing with this not being able to sleep, which has always been an issue for me, guys. I've always had anxiety, and I've always had issues sleeping when the anxiety was really bad. And even when the anxiety wasn't really bad, I'd have issues sleeping. But this was the worst I had been in a long time, low point. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to take this medication because he's saying it's going to help me. So, this medication can also be used for anxiety, for depression. That's another reason people take it. But mine was strictly anxiety. So they happen to have a pharmacy in this doctor's office, this building that I was in, and I filled it there and I took it before I even left the house. And one of the things he told me, when you first start taking it, you might feel a sense of calm that comes over you almost immediately, within hours of taking it. And I had read that it could take up to a couple of weeks before you start seeing the effects. Well, for me, I felt a calmness within hours of taking it, just like he said I would. So it might take weeks to finally kick in. There might be some truth to that as far as getting to its full effect, but right away I felt a sense of calm. But now over the next couple of weeks and maybe even the next month, some of the side effects were when I got up, I would feel like a little bit lightheaded, like I might have to sit back down. When you get up really fast and you get that whoa kind of feeling, I would get that kind of easier than normal. That goes away. That went away. I was in such a bad place that didn't bother me at all. For all the good that it was bringing, some of these side effects were nothing compared to what I felt like without it. Another one was I was having hot flashes, and I still get those occasionally, but it's not as bad. I had cold sweats for that first month in bed. I'd be laying in bed and have cold sweats. That goes away, guys. If you're dealing with that yourself, that did go away. What else can I tell you? I was a little bit foggy in the head for the first couple of weeks. Brain fog, I guess, is the big term everybody's using these days. I guess that I felt a little of that, but again, that brain fog was kind of nice because it just made me just mellow out. Like nothing really bothered me. And that was the other thing. My emotions weren't just like this. They might have even went, I didn't have any for a couple of weeks. It almost seemed like I did, guys, I did. But it really numbed the emotions. That goes away. As you can see, I'm very animated when I talk. So I'm feeling all of my range of emotions these days. And But so that was something that was a side effect, just getting that numbness. And I liked that numbness, to be honest with you guys. My nerves were in such bad shape that numbness was a welcoming side effect. It really was. Now, I've been on this medication for a couple, I think 3 years now. And I have to tell you, every now and then it's like I cross another, I go over another hump, so to speak. What I mean by that is, I think it's still healing me. I really do. I was in such a bad place that the first year, if I look back, I could say, yeah, I feel a lot better. But then after the second year, I'm better than that first year. So my anxiety, my state of mind is always getting a little bit calmer. Things are not affecting me the way they used to. The sleeping thing has gotten much better. And it seems like that's always getting a little bit better. So I don't know how much I can put it on the medication, but it does feel like this medication is just healing my nervous system. That it's getting better all the time. So, if you're thinking about taking this and you're really, really scared to take it because you are maybe have anxieties about taking medication like I did, I would recommend giving it a shot. It's the side effects weren't bad, and it put me in a place that I've never been in. Like I say, I'm 54 years old. I've been on this now for about 3 years. All those years passed. I had horrible anxiety since I was like 6, 7 years old. Is the earliest I could remember starting to have anxiety, knowing that my heart might be beating a little harder than it should, or this or that. That comes along with that, breathing, swallowing, health issues, not actually having them, but thinking you do, all that stuff. So, I've been dealing with it for a long time, and this really, really helped me. It put me in a much better place. So, so that's my experience with Celexa. It's been a wonderful experience. It's something that my doctor said I'll probably have to take for the rest of my life. And because that's just how I am, and he's probably right, and I'm okay with that at this point. I didn't want to be, where I was stuck on something for the rest of my life. I didn't want that for a long time, but this has done me so good that, to go back to how I was, that's not an option for me. I don't ever want to go back to that. So that is this video. It's going to be a 2-part video. The first video is going to talk about Celexa. The second video is going to be, this is quetiapine, which is also called Seroquel. That's going to be in part 2, and I'm just going to call that one something with the word Seroquel in it. So watch for that video. So this one's going to be the Celexa. The next one's the Seroquel. So that's my my thoughts on this medication. It's been wonderful. If you're in a place that you think maybe you were like I was and need it, give it a shot. It might work for you like it worked for me. And if it doesn't, there's lots of others that are very similar to this one that maybe works better for you. I hit it out of the ballpark with the first one, and sometimes that doesn't happen for some people. So anyway, that's my video about Celexa, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll see you in the next video.